Right. Okay. Let's see. So it's been such a long time since I've done anything live, so I thought I'd put something together and seeing as we've got a new album coming out, well, it's not really new to people who know even some of these songs. So the album that's coming out is basically a retrospective look or a brief snapshot of the last decade, prior to 2020. So the 2010s, it follows the remaster last year of The Truth of God and Man, and which was recut and had some different songs in it to what was there originally, but from the time period. And we're doing a few other things with some other tracks. And we've still got some more stuff to come, and we might even preview some new stuff we're working on in this little session here in the garage. I know a lot of people, so much has been happening over the last 18 months or so, really. I mean, we all know about it, right? So, we've been, in recent times, partially affected by that, and as well, and as numerous other people have been. So I just want to say right now, we're thinking of you if you're, and praying for you if you're, going through lockdown situations and stuff at the moment even. I know a lot of places aren't, but places like near to here, I guess, are very much in that boat. So, yeah. So anyway, we'll get on with some music and see how it all goes. Yeah. Okay, so this will open with a song from The Truth of God and Man, because that's already out on iTunes and Spotify and all that sort of jazz. So a little bit of backstory for those who don't know, because, part of this relaunch and reshaping that's going on has been about getting the music across to audiences that haven't had access to it before. Partly, for a little bit of background, back in the day I had my own website and distribution outlet for my own music, and through a series of circumstances there came a point where that wasn't the case anymore, and so I tried one or two different options which didn't quite pan out, and they kind of turned out to be temporary alternatives, but they served their purpose for a little bit, but people were having trouble accessing the songs and accessing the checkout, basically, or navigating through the checkout process. So it was too narrow an option for us, back a number of years ago, I was giving my music away, and as a married man now, I just simply, I can't be irresponsible in regard to the way that I continue to make music, considering I'm still continuing to make music. So anyway, that's a little bit of background, and so this is why there's songs coming out that have been released before, but not on these services. So, mainstream services. So anyway, this is What Marvellous Grace. of us was truly lost, a breach that we could not repair. But now we have peace with God through one man, Jesus Christ, having been justified by faith. You came to set the captive free, your grace abounding into a world that won't believe. Oh, no, no, Christ came to set the captive free, his grace abounding into a world that won't believe. I don't know honestly how it sounds with this tin roller door behind me, but because I haven't had the best experiences with recording, with metal backgrounds. But yeah, anyway, sometimes we've got to use what we've got, I guess. Anyway, cool. So this song isn't on the new album, although it was very close to being there. Partly the reason for that choice was because I wanted to do a little bit more to it, because I think so far it's been one of my biggest songs, and I didn't feel it was quite ready. And so I'm actually taking it through a remix phase, and just because I want it to be in the best shape possible. Moving forward, it's like at the moment I get to do this in a kind of streamlined way where I'm able to present the best of my work so far, and as a kind of footing to what I'm doing now and whatever comes after that. So it's a kind of like foundational work, that's been going on for a number of years. And so, and so anyway, this is Living Water, which I've done live quite a bit, actually. Although not recently, because who can? Anyway, maybe some of us, it's good. I know there are a few people around the traps who do lives and stuff, and quite regularly, which is good, and especially last year in the middle of the situation, the outbreak thing. It was quite refreshing to see, and to hear the music coming through in people's downtime as well. That was good. Lots of new music out there, and lots of, yeah. So almost forgot how it went. Yeah. Sorry. Just take two, hey? 1, 2, 3, 4. Lead me to your ever-living water, like your ever word of life. For I know that you will ever lead me, all because of what you had to give. What you give, it becomes a fountain. No greater deed nor any highest highs could compare to this living water, springing up into eternal life. just like an olden day prophet. I suddenly feel like I need to go out and check out the state of these ruins that so often we refuse to see. Oh Lord, won't you open up our eyes and let not our hearts be so cold, in light of the cry of the nations, for those who know you and those yet to believe. And now, Lord, for all those around us, for the weak and those who stood so strong, for all flesh has one thing in common: there's no way to heaven without you. Lead me to your ever-living water, like your ever word of life. For I know that you will always keep me, all because of what you had to give. What you give, it becomes a fountain. No greater deep nor any highest height could compare to this living water, springing up into eternal life. With what you give, you promise that we will never thirst again. And this I know for certain, that this truth will never end, from in and through our lives. And while creation is groaning, oh, won't you let this water flow from within me? Oh, at least I've got till the next one to practice that, hey? Okay, so that should be on the third background album whenever that's finished up and ready to go, which hopefully won't be too long, too far away. So the song was crossing my mind while I was preparing this, and because it's been such a while, you know, like due to other stuff going on as well. I think in that time, and it's already a couple of years ago now, I guess we all, you know, we all have people who influence our music and maybe even our approach to music, and a guy who is one of the Ragamuffins with Rich Mullins' band, went home to be with the Lord a couple of years ago now. Rick Elias, and to be honest, I caught hold of his some of his solo work when I was really getting into the work of Rich Mullins, and so through that connection, I looked up some of the solo work that he did, and the first album, which was simply called Rick Elias and the Confessions, that's an amazing record, and it was made in 1990, but gee whiz. For anyone who doesn't know, he wrote Man of No Reputation, which is one of the tracks on the Jesus record, which was the album Rich was preparing to make when he went home to be with the Lord, and in 97. And anyway, if you have a chance to check out Rick Elias, whether it even be on Spotify or whatever, I encourage you to do so, 'cause there's some great stuff there. And So anyway, this is one of the songs from that first album. Hopefully I get it right and do it some justice, because I'd like to. Okay. It's called The Word Is Love. No statues, no movie stars. I don't need no saints in luxury cars. I don't want nobody pointing at me, asking for my money, say to set me free. Too strong arms, got one already. It's done too much harm. I only want one word from high above. I only want one word. Yeah, 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 yeah. What is love? What is love? The word is love. Love, love, love. The word is love. The word is love. The word is love. Love, love, love. I want salvation. I want the truth to set me free. I only want one word from high above. I only want one word. Yeah, 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 yeah. What is love? The word is love. The word is love. Love, love, love. The word is love. The word is love. The word is love. Love, love, love. The word is cool. All right, so let's run through some of the stuff on the new album. So, just a footnote, there is one previously unreleased song on the new album. It was actually previously unfinished. And as I was preparing all this stuff, preparing the remaster and all that, I actually did some sessions in late 2019 where I recorded some new elements for some of these. So there's some new acoustic guitars on there. There were some minor tweaks, and some of the drum tracks were tinkered with and so forth. And I believe it's possible there's even a new vocal or two on a couple of the tracks, and there's some percussion in there and all sorts of stuff. So anyway, just little bits, and so, but the majority of the album does like, as I said before, it provides a snapshot over the past decade. So I guess, well, so we'll cover the past decade a little bit in this next section of what we're doing. And so after I recorded The Truth of God and Man, I actually, within a couple of weeks after I finished it up and put the mixes together, I unknowingly had a broken clip on a fan that the clip is meant to hold the fan on to my CPU. It's meant to hold it all in place, right? So the clip broke, and so the fan wasn't flush against the CPU, and basically it overheated, and no more CPU. So that was in my main recording computer, and so therefore after that, have I still got level? I hope so. I can hear things. That's good. It's always good. So, just checking. You know. Back in the days of karaoke, you'd always see this. It's just thing on. But anyway. Some people would get it. So anyway, so when I had to put a new system together, and I decided it was time to upgrade my interface as well, and with that came also a new software upgrade, and so I had to get to know the new software, and I like to know things inside and out and how they work and how I can best work with them and with the interface as well. So I did some reruns. I did some stuff that was on my first two Christian-themed albums back in the mid-2000s. And so this next track is one of them. The project that I ended up putting together out of these sessions became These Offerings of Thanksgiving. So it was released in 2011, and yeah, so this is off that, but originally it was on the album Real Change, if anyone can find it. So this is going to be interesting because it's like it's a fast rock song, yeah, and I'm playing acoustic, and I normally like electric on this. Well, that's how the lead goes anyway, so you'll picture that, right? So this is the rhythm. I've forgotten how the song goes. Helps if I practice, hey. Oh, yeah. You are not a man that you should lie. For you will never ever change your mind. Not a myth or a made-up tale. You're the glory of Israel, and you will see me through every single bind. Lead me right, whether day or night. Let me shine and walk in what is right. Be my strength when I need to fight. Light my way until I take to flight. Ha. I can't believe it. Sorry. You don't want to say that. You don't want to say you can't believe. The line is, I must believe what your word says of your grace. For you have never ever let me see disgrace. And when I find that my days are done, I will say you're the risen one. When at last I can see you face to face. Lead me right, whether day or night. Let me shine and walk in what is right. Be my strength when I need to fight. Light my way until I take to flight. Lead solo coming up. Down, 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 down. Down, 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 down. Down, 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 down. You are not a man that you should lie. For you never ever change your mind. You're not a myth or a made-up tale. You're the glory of Israel, and you will see me through every single bind. Lead me right, whether day or night. Let me shine and walk in what is right. Be my strength when I need to fight. Light my way until I take to flight. Down, 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 down. Down, 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 down. Yeah. Cool. Okay, so next up. So So The Truth of God and Man, when I wrote it, I actually spent about 18 months writing it, and I really, really took my time. But there was a lot of songs that actually was started off in that time period. And even the album itself, as I think I've said before, I recorded about 15 songs for the album and had enough starts for, I think it was another 8 songs. And so, and there was something coming through topically, so in what I was writing, because I was really getting hold of the importance of the finished work of the cross for the believer and that's what I was thinking about. So when I first started writing songs, it was like as a baby Christian, because I became a Christian at 27, and I'd written songs before that, and you know, as you do, and you make music out in the world, and you know, it's one thing, but then God invades your life, and your whole paradigm shifts, and you even move away from a lot of the stuff you used to do, and if not all of it. And so I did, and even though there's a couple of songs I still pull out if I'm busking, you know, which you never know if I might do that every now and again. I never know if I'm going to. You never know. But anyway, just on a side note, if you ever hear of the name Lenard on a record, it's potentially me. Right. Because when I signed up with APRA to handle my song royalty collection stuff, I actually put down 3 names for acts that could do my songs without needing a license to do it. And that was my own name, and that was the name, and then there was the name of the Church Network Ministry Band, but then there was also the name Lenard Andy. And the reason for that is because as a tinkerer of with the production side of things, you never know if it might hit me to do a more commercial project, and so that would be the avenue that would go down, most likely. And so I kind of prepared the way for that possibility if it ever happens. Not that it looks like it's happening now, but you just never know. So, anyway, side note. But cool. So The Great Exchange became the title track for what was essentially, in terms of new songs, all new songs, the follow-up to The Truth of God Man, right, 2009. So 2011 was like, I think there was 3 brand new songs, and the rest were really redos and remakes and run-throughs and stuff. And it was just getting to know gear. So, you know, and you set up and you're, fine-tuning things for what was to come. And so this was what was to come at the time in 2014. And it continued on the theme of the truth of God and man, and this around this finished work of the cross, because I think that was at the center of what I was trying to get at and where I was going and where I felt God was leading me in writing the songs. And so this went a little bit deeper, and then so this became the title track. And this is called The Great Exchange. And by the way, Living Water, which I played second from the top of this thing, is also from that same album originally. So Living Water and the Great Exchange are from the same album. But only this is on the new In Retrospect album. know that you took upon yourself what you alone did not deserve. Oh, so that I would come to know you know that I have come to believe you gave, though I did not deserve. Oh, so that I would come to know this is a great exchange, a picture of grace and how we're made into the image of our God by His ever-exceeding glorious. I know that you took upon yourself what you alone did not deserve. Oh, so that I would come to know this is a great exchange, a picture of grace and how it made into the image of our God by His ever-exceeding glorious. This is a great exchange, a picture of grace and how it made into the image of our God by His ever-exceeding glorious. This is the truth that set us free. Jesus Christ is death, His victory. This is the truth that set us free. Jesus Christ is dead, His victory. glory.